It is the NRL ad campaign that has had everyone talking. What you just saw there is the 30-second version, which you will be seeing a lot more of later in the season. But I dare say it's the 2-minute version that's caused most of the debate this week. The NRL clearly trying to make a statement of inclusiveness in the sport of rugby league and how far it's come in the 30 years since Tina Turner first put together that campaign with rugby league here in Australia. A lot of people, Peter, have said that they've gone too far, trying to make some political statements in what should be a celebration of the game, but you say bravo.
There was a brilliant piece written on this in the Sydney Morning Herald on Thursday, Liz, and as a matter of fact...
Let me guess who wrote it,
I wrote it.
It's unbelievable.
And look, quite seriously on this, that ad's not just good, that ad is great. That ad is something for rugby league to celebrate. Instead of being the slobs up the back of the bus, always being retrogressive, they're progressive and they've put themselves in the future. That image there, Macklemore, they were fantastic images. So the rugby league story is not just about big hits and great tries. It's about a social movement, and rugby league can take a deep bow on the international stage. The number of emails I got from people saying they were in tears, and I got one yesterday from a woman saying, I've never watched rugby league, but I'm going to watch it from now. Bravo, rugby league. That was a great ad rugby league can be proud of.
You're trying to generate talk about your code leading into a season, Mark Taylor. I think they might have accomplished that.
They've done that well, haven't they? Yeah, look, and I'm actually, once again, I hate to say this, but I'm actually with Fitzy on this. I think they've got it about right. There's plenty of tries in there. There's plenty of trophies being held up. There's probably a few less of the old big hits that there used to be, and that's what obviously some of the fans want to see more of. But to me, it's an ad. It's to promote the game of rugby league, and the game of rugby league in the 21st century is different to the one in the 20th century.
And like I say, just one thing to throw to Liz, what you said earlier about, 3,000 people turned up in 1988 to see the women's final. The theme of that ad is, it starts off with the tiny Cameron Smith watching Tina Turner 30 years ago, and then he runs out in the backyard and he turns into Cameron Smith. The final part of the ad is a young girl with a football under her arms watching Cameron Smith, and off she goes. It's inspirational across the board.
I reckon with that ad, you like where you see yourself, you're reflected. So I love the bit about the little girl. When I was a little girl, I used to cheer for the Penrith Panthers, and I desperately wanted to play rugby league for the Penrith Panthers, right? It's all I wanted to do when I was a little kid. So I saw myself reflected in that little girl, and it gave me goosebumps because I thought, oh my God, how awesome is that? Now little girls can see a future for themselves in this game. I suspect the people who don't like the ad don't see themselves reflected as much in it as perhaps they saw in that initial ad campaign. But the NRL, I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to appeal to a wider base of fans because, as you call them, the slobs up the back or the buffheads or just the people who simply don't like that ad, they're probably loyal fans who are going to watch rugby league anyway. So why not take the opportunity with a different ad to try and appeal to a greater base? Catherine, you don't agree with me?
No, I agree. And I first and foremost, I love this ad. I do, and I got chills.
As a mother of a little girl as well.
I do. I love it. But I can semi-understand where the complaints are coming from, because I feel like everyone now is just trying to do the extras to not offend any particular group or whatever has been. And I feel like there's just a little bit of that going on. Stuff that, if wasn't in that ad, people wouldn't complain about, because I think it's a great ad and it covers all bases and there's bits of diversity all the way through it and all that sort of stuff. But you can certainly see there's been some stretches made that, are they necessary?
And sport too can take a bow. Look, that image there of Latrell Mitchell with the Indigenous flag. Somebody also made the point to me, without Jackie Robinson, who was the first black American baseballer in the major leagues, there was no Barack Obama. It was sport that was at the forefront. So 50 years before Barack Obama, this man called Jackie Robinson breaks all the barriers, plays Major League Baseball, and he's not only good, he's great. And Latrell Mitchell, being with the proud Indigenous man with the Indigenous flag, bravo, good on you.
Interesting point made by Malcolm Knox in the Fairfax papers today about the Indigenous inclusion was that it was almost a bit of a swipe at the AFL to say, actually, we're doing this a whole lot better than you after the Adam Goodes controversy. And I thought that was a really interesting take on it. Whether it was or not, it's certainly able to be read that way.
Blew my mind too how Malcolm Knox broke it down second by second of how much each team
I agree.
was
Should have been
involved.
more Penrith in it, but anyhow.
There's no North City Bears in there. That's the heartbreak.
And to all the angry white men shaking their fists at the clouds, get nicked.
It's remarkable. I will say, though, on the NRL website, there is, I got sent it this morning, a 7-minute 27 video where John Quayle tells the story of how the original promo with Tina Turner unfolded, how it came to be. It is brilliant viewing on the NRL website, so if you can get there, find it.
And it's brilliant. Like this ad speaks to so many people. That original ad was great, but you couldn't see yourself reflected in it.
Netball's got to get an ad like that.
We've got a lot of things we need to do. It's probably not what we're starting.
Now, with